Man, coming to Georgetown was nothing like I expected it to be, in the best and worst way possible at times. But by the end, it was getting comfortable with being uncomfortable that ended up making me better.
This was kind of my first time in a bigger city. I'm from a small town, so I really wanted to push myself beyond where I'd explored before, meet new people, grow as a student.
My dad and I decided to come up here for a visit and just walk around campus, and I fell in love that day. And I decided then that this was the place I wanted to be.
I found Georgetown because I'm a New York Knicks fan, and obviously Patrick Ewing went to Georgetown University.
Without Patrick Ewing and John Thompson, I probably would have learned of Georgetown's importance at a point too late in the process for me to apply and be accepted.
So I always knew about Georgetown. Georgetown was often name dropped in a lot of the African American films we watched, like Boys in the Hood, etc. And I always knew Georgetown as the basketball school, and I thought it was a black school.
Okay, you're telling me to, and it seems like it's a good school, so I guess I'll apply. I was very unknowing of just what this place was and all the opportunities that came with it.
I came for Hoya Saxa weekend, and that just sealed the deal for me. So it was just, everyone said hello. It was so warm and welcoming. Yeah, I fell in love that weekend.
And I really enjoyed the camaraderie and the community of the Black students at Georgetown.
Found my own tribe inside of the university community that embraced me and accepted me and supported me and enabled me to succeed through what I thought were some pretty difficult experiences.
I was unpacking my things and getting settled, and I heard a lot of voices in the hallway. And the moment I opened my door, my next door neighbor was kind of in the doorway, which was a surprise to me. And the very first thing he said to me, before he even said hello, was, "How do you feel about affirmative action? Because I bet my SAT scores were higher than yours, and you got more scholarship than I did to be here." I was so taken aback that I didn't even have time to really think about it. I just went straight into why affirmative action was important and why I deserved to be at Georgetown.
Imposter syndrome hit me really hard. I just knew probably first semester freshman year I was gonna get an email from possibly the dean's office saying, "You know what, we reviewed your application, we didn't mean to accept you, so sorry."
I definitely had a lot of bumps and bruises along the way in my experience here at Georgetown. At some points I thought I wasn't gonna graduate, so being able to finally walk across that stage meant the world to my family.
What I did find was I found myself more than anything else. I found my voice and I found myself.
I might sound like a nerd saying this. I absolutely really loved my major and I liked going to my classes, but oftentimes I was the only African American student in my classes.
I got over the fact that I was the only Black person in most classes and decided that that was a positive thing, that I could share who I was with people who may not know me or my culture.
I think some of my classmates would say they didn't feel like they were part of the Georgetown experience. They had their own experience at Georgetown.
I don't remember anything nasty going on. I don't remember any bad Black-white clashes. There also were a lot of foreign students on campus, so I don't think there was anybody at Georgetown who was surprised to see people who were different from themselves.
You don't really know as a young 18-year-old that what's important is not only the academics but also the social, and Georgetown provided a very nurturing environment for myself.
I definitely got the challenge, exposure to ideas and concepts that I had never imagined I would get.
I'm not Catholic, so I wasn't necessarily drawn to the university for that reason, but the things I learned from a Jesuit education were extremely valuable.
All of that contributed to my ability to connect with the broader tribe that for me was folks who are committed to operating with integrity, doing good work, making this place a better place than we found it.
I count my time here at the Hilltop as responsible for all the success I've been able to have in life.
Community is such an important part of networking and success outside of school, and to see that the Black alumni at Georgetown are committed to pulling up students that just graduated is really inspiring.
Outsiders call it a community. We Hoyas call it family, and that's what I have. I have a great big Hoya family.
there's just this camaraderie and pride, and I feel like we're all moving in the direction of progress.
What have you done to make the world a better place? There are thousands of ways to do it, but that's the concept that I think has to guide what you do with the education you get from Georgetown.
I know that if I meet someone or reach out to someone, whether I met them on campus or not, and we have Georgetown in common, that call is going to be positively received.
That's the glue that binds, that those relationships hold everything together.
We all have our different identities. We have our different backgrounds and experiences. There's such a deep pride that I have as a collective to know that I've been a part of making Georgetown not just more colorful, but also making Georgetown more inclusive.
Georgetown changed my life. So whenever you have something that's life-changing or so important, you don't just leave and never come back. You always want to have something to come back to.
Just the pride, right? The pride of all these smart people who are motivated to use their knowledge for the greater good of society, and knowing that in some way I'm a part of that.
My experience was grounded in the Black community, and that's what made Georgetown a great place for me.
We are important. We are part of the fabric. We are critical to the history of this institution.
We are all better for our presence on campus, and also we're better for our ability to extol the virtues of what this place is really about.
And I'm very proud of the community we have because we get it, we care for each other, we fight like brothers and sisters, but we care for each other, and we all want to make a difference.
You know, we belong to this place and it belongs to us just as much as it does to anyone else. I'm beginning to feel like it's happening now.
You know, the African American Alumni Advisory Board still does its Healy Dinner and sponsors the Healy Scholarship, and the Black Alumni Summit, and then there's Soul Hoya's weekend. And there's been this groundswell of energy the last few years.
It reaffirms everything that I believe as far as Georgetown and Georgetown's commitment to our presence here. And it reaffirms, our dedication as a community to continue to build on the successes that were laid before us.
I think the potential is limitless. We're not done helping diverse communities speak with one another in an intelligent, informed, compassionate way.
We are integral to the Georgetown experience. I am a Hoya. I love Georgetown. I think anybody who knows me knows I love Georgetown.
Hoya Blacksa is what I say.
But yeah, I love Georgetown. I bleed Hoya blue.
I'm so proud to be a Hoya, and it rhymes with my name. I'm Koya the Hoya.
I'm proud to be a Hoya. My parents are proud that I'm a Hoya. My friends are proud that I'm a Hoya. They get sick of hearing about me being a Hoya, but yes, I'm a Hoya.
Our Black alumni community is the but if you need to edit that out, I will rephrase and say, our Black alumni community is extraordinary.